Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm the wizard here at Better Sheets, and I want to make a video here for you because I just made another video, a different video for some people that are taking a workshop from me. So I'm teaching them how to do app script, the Google app script, the script that is behind the sheet that we are in right now. And something came up in the workshop where the question was sort of, this looks complicated, this is complicated, how to get through this? And live, I gave a very short answer, and I was just, you gotta get through it. I said, you just got to trust me, you just got to read more, you just gotta keep going. And I don't think that's the best answer. So I thought about it for almost 24 hours. Like 23 hours, I think, 22 and a half hours, I think I thought about this. And I asked some people who I knew who code, and I asked them, how did you learn to code? And have you ever, gotten over your imposter syndrome? How are you doing with code now? And some other things helped the people in the workshop. So I expressed to them, how to apply, that you need to apply what we're learning, and that if you just think you want to learn something, you'll probably never actually learn that thing. If you want to learn something to get something else out of it, have a higher purpose, then you will learn that thing and you will get through all of the trouble and the tribulations and the trials. And so I made that video. That's a separate video. That's a different video. And I might release that. But for you here, you might be starting your journey in any way into Spreadsheets itself. So, and I wanted to share with you, based on this other video that I made about more empowering ways to learn to code and to get through learning to code. I think the same could apply if you're just now getting into Spreadsheets, or if you have been working in Spreadsheets for a long time and you find yourself lost, you find yourself confused, you find yourself out of your element, you are Googling for things and not finding the answer. I wanted to try to make this video from a blank sheet that you might end up in a lot of times. From inside here, I wanted to express to you some thoughts that I have on how to overcome that, get through it, and not think of sheets as a bad thing, right? I think early on, about 9 years ago, I kept hearing this phrase, not another Google Sheet. Like, we have to create another Google Sheet. Oh, Google Sheet. Oh, we have to make a spreadsheet for this. And this happens a lot in businesses, in small businesses, in solo businesses, in large businesses, in corporations. We were a 30-person company, a little startup. We were trying to do our best managing of lots of data in the background to produce what we were a production company in LA, and we needed to manage a lot of data, hundreds of thousands of pieces of data, actually into the millions. That was like hundreds of thousands of rows. And we had to manage it amongst many people, and I sort of ended up becoming the resident Google Sheet guru, the Google Sheet guy in the office, and then that just kept going into a digital operations role, taking over more and more stuff. That just kept getting more and more Google Sheets. And so I know now 9 years later, right, and years after learning to code, and I have a very good comprehension over working and using Google Sheets. But I wanted to go back to the beginning and understand, what are those things that you don't know? Like, and how to overcome them? How do you get out of that crevice? How do you actually start gaining confidence? How do you actually empower yourself? And so why I'm making this video, that's all why I'm making this video. Now we'll get into actually what to do, right? So in this video that I made for people who are learning to code in Google Sheets, the first thing was true that I said, right? You just have to get through. You have to read a lot. Get comfortable reading. Get comfortable reading Google documentation, even if it's not complete. So I had a very short conversation with someone from the Google Sheets team, and they mentioned that they themselves know that their documentation is not 100% like the best it can be. And I've been struggling through this for years and thinking, well, shouldn't Google know? Shouldn't people at Google know the answer? It's Google Sheets. They created it. So one, share a little bit that everyone's in pain and constantly working, right? Google Sheets team is constantly working on making their documentation better. I want to share with you a little bit. You can go up to here and help. I can move my face, but you can click up here and help, and you can click help, and you can also click training. If you have never done this, I didn't do this for many, many years. They do have documentation and training. If you are, so in addition to that, actually we can click on help and see what happens, right? So actually in my sheet, this is really funny. It doesn't work in my sheet anymore. The help doesn't work. I don't know why. I have I can do it in incognito mode. So just Google Sheets is not. If you don't have confidence in Google Sheets, I don't have confidence in Google Sheets. So, but that was a weird phrase. But you can see some featured posts here, some information. So they have some information. I don't think it's that great. I don't think it's the end-all, be-all, mind you. But what I wanted to show you, in addition to that, is don't be afraid and don't be scared to see this documentation inside of the sheet. So if you start typing a formula, the equal sign, and you type in like average, we can click on the name average, and you might have this X because you might think, oh, I know the things that I need to use. But actually, it's better if you forget all of the syntaxes and just know that they exist here. And that has given me more confidence to actually do much more things in Google Sheets. So if you are constantly using the same formulas, the same functions all the time, and you might X this, and so when you start writing formulas, it might look like this, right? Where you don't have that information. And you select it, and then you just start typing, A to A and get the average of that, right? I would say turn this formula help back on and always have it available. This gives me so much confidence that I don't have to remember that syntax. I can just look here and say, okay, I need all of these values. And then what happens is, once I start doing this on a few formulas that I know, whenever I use a new formula, I can understand this much more. The same words are used in every formula. So range, conditions is the same as if I use the if. That's not the same. This is logical expression, value if true. Ifs is going to have similar conditions, values, and switch, expression, case value. Okay, they are different. But I don't have to remember the point of this is that I don't have to remember the syntax of each of these different formulas. They are here. Let this help you. You don't use this as a crutch, use this as a podium, like as a stepping stool. Don't think of it as a crutch. You can also click more into this. So if you need more than just the syntax, you can click in and see an example. They will only have like one example most of the time. You can click learn more. Again, in incognito mode it works. Oh, here, we have it here. So you can see inside here some sample usages. What you can do is you can actually copy paste this. You should be able to copy paste this, put it into your sheet and see how it runs. The other thing I would say is just acknowledge and understand you will go through errors. You will get errors. 100% of people get errors. To get more confidence, when you get those errors, know that you can overcome these. I have a few videos here. You can just type in errors and search through my channel. You can go to bettersheets.co/videos and search for errors. I have at least 2 videos about errors, and I'm going to be making money more because constantly questions and concerns come in from members, and they'll send me an error. They'll say, here is the formula that I use. This is the sheet that I use. Here's the data that I need done. Here's the goal that I have. And here's the error that I have. How do I get through this? So I'm making many more error videos, videos about errors. And so know, that there is a way to overcome them. Probably the most common you might get is like formula parse error. If you write a formula and like literally like you writing it, so if you have like format text, let's say that's not a formula, that's going to be unknown function, you're going to get an error with name. But if you do write like array formula, you will get errors if you write it wrong. Sometimes it will be very specific. It looks like your formula is missing one or more open. If you don't want to enter a formula, begin your text with an apostrophe. That's interesting. Say OK. So we know, okay, and it shows it in red too. It shows an extra thing here, not in black. Sometimes these formulas will try to help you, especially if you're doing something wrong, like you have sheet 2, exclamation point A to A. This is black, so it doesn't exist. If it did exist, sheet 1 A to A, it would change to a different color. So it's trying to help you know and use Google Sheets better. So Google Sheets is helping you along the way more and more. I really like this. It's one of the fundamental functions of Google Sheets that I rely on all the time. I rely on this as I do more and more complex formulas. I rely on errors to tell me if I did something wrong, if I have some wrong, let's do another one, B to B. Here we go, reference circular dependency. So that means I'm using the formula with some range that the formula is in. I can change this to C to C. Sometimes it's got the wrong number of error arguments, expected 1. It will tell you what's going on. It expects 1 argument in array formula. So I added this comma here, and I shouldn't have it, and I shouldn't be doing an array formula with multiple. I think I can do a semicolon, actually. Nope, still can't. Still got the same error, and even switched out. So it's telling me I've hit some limit, I've done something wrong, and that it is overcomable, right? Expected 1 argument, but got 2 arguments. These are things that happen all the time to me. And so it's a constant work. And so gaining confidence is never saying, I will know everything, but knowing the process and knowing how to overcome those errors and what did that error mean is going to help you gain confidence a lot. And encounter a lot more errors. Probably a tiny little joy that I have in using Google Sheets and also programming in general, using AppScript and using something like Ruby on Rails or JavaScript. One of the littlest, tiniest, best joys in life is not when I get through an error, but when an error, I try to fix an error and a new error shows up. It is never a bad thing. If I have an error and I do something and I make a change and I get a different error, I say, yes, I've made a change. I've changed the fundamental existence of this thing, the structure of it. I have actually executed something differently. Now we have a new challenge, right? And errors, don't think of errors as a stopping point, as a end point. Consider there's always a way to get over that error. Okay, so we covered errors, covered help, the help inside of Google Sheets, and now for the last few things about how to gain confidence. So obviously I run bettersheets.co, and you're watching this on probably youtube.com/bettersheets. If you aren't, go to youtube.com/bettersheets. And so it is my own, it would benefit me greatly if you bought a membership to BetterSheets. So I will say that with a huge caveat and almost apologetically, like, watch more tutorials, right? I particularly think that I have a part of some videos that I've made I think will help you gain more confidence more than others. And here's what they are. And most of them I have for free on YouTube are two things. when I create a new product in like 1 hour, a project in 1 hour, check out, I think, build a PR agency in an hour. I start with an absolutely blank spreadsheet and I go step by step through it. You will see it in real time. You will see how long it takes me, what I do to get through things, how I do to solve little problems. And it's less than it's an hour, right? Up to an hour. You can watch it at 2x speed and it's less than half an hour. Out of a whole life, that's very little time. But I think what it will show you is all of those little things that you might not know when you use Google Sheets yourself. And I did this on purpose to show how long it takes to do certain things. A lot of design videos that I do, I try not to edit. I try not to cut away all of the stuff that other people do to make a nicer video. I try to show you the reality of the situation because I want you to learn not just what to do, but all of the things that go along with it. The other type of video that I have is when I improve someone else's sheet. So I called these sheet improvement. There might have different titles on YouTube. And these videos they don't disparage and discourage you from making good sheets. They'll show you the process of taking a sheet that exists, that somebody thought this is the best way that I could do this in the moment that I have, and it shows you someone else's, my own, but a third party's perspective on here's how to take it one step further or 2 steps further. Some videos are an hour long. I think one is 19 minutes long. 19 minutes out of your life is not much to show you how to, like, for instance, I have a band schedule. Someone had a band schedule that they created for bands, and it was a product that they give away to bands to schedule their tours. And I said, well, you have no branding. It looks like a spreadsheet. Let's make it not look like a Google Sheet. Let's make it look like your sheet. Different ideas brought to the table than they themselves could not do. And that's what I think I can help you with, is you might not have confidence in Google Sheets because you just don't know Google Sheets. You don't know what's possible. You don't know how to do things. And that's totally fine. Just understand you have to learn. You have to upskill yourself. And that's why a lot of people will buy Better Sheets, is they want to improve their Google Sheets skills. So I want to give you those few videos. And then I want to tell you you're not alone. 9 years into doing Google Sheets professionally, like working at a startup, then doing it on my own, and then doing Better Sheets, 9 years total. I still do what I just showed you. I still use help inside of Google Sheets. I still Google for things. I still search for things, how to do things. Filters, formulas can be very complex. There are new formulas all the time in Google Sheets. There's like 496 of them now. I think there's actually more. But you're not alone in also that you can ask questions. You can ask questions of people who are in the same boat as you. And maybe they're on a different side of the boat. We're all in the same boat. We're all in the same situation. So my channel, youtube.com/BetterSheets. Also, if you're a Better Sheets member, you can email me anytime. Even more than that, there are groups, there are communities, there are people that are not just one person like me. I have a group, facebook.com/groups/I love Google Sheets. Join us. It's totally free. I think there's 4,000 people right now, and there's constantly questions. So one interesting thing I would mention is if you want to see how to get other questions, that's a good place. Also on bettersheets.co/videos for members, I have a section of member questions. I think right now I have like 20 videos there. I'll be adding many, many more so you can see other people's questions. What do they ask? How do I answer it? Do I give them the answer? And many times those videos, I'll give you the answer very quickly, like in a minute or a few minutes, but then I'll go into some other things you might run into along the way. And so my videos end up being a little bit longer than others because I don't just answer the question at hand. I will ramble on and I will tell you, okay, once you do fix this, here's some other things you'll run into. Other roadblocks, other challenges, some limitations, or some other use cases. Here's how else you can use it. Because I know other people are watching this video, so I'll say, okay, this person got this particular solution, but this solution and the way we're doing this can be used in other ways. So I'll go on and in some videos about that. So got like 20 videos and many more coming. People ask, I will answer, you get the answer as well. And so now, facebook.com/groups/I love Google Sheets. If you're on Reddit, I have 2 subreddits, I love Google Sheets and also r/BetterSheets. And on Reddit is also r/Sheets, the subreddit of Sheets, the subreddit for Google Sheets. And I think there's also Spreadsheets. You're not alone. There's thousands and tens and hundreds of thousands of people in these particular groups, in these Reddits. If you join a workshop of mine, like I said, I'm running a workshop this week, and what was most surprising to me during these workshops, and I've run about 4 or 5 workshops over the last year, and every single time it's surprising to me, someone will mention, I'm so glad that I'm here with other people, that I get to see their problems, and I get to see them and understand what they're working on and see a whole new part of Google Sheets, a whole new way to use it. In the group now, there's someone who has been professionally using Google Sheets for many years, does AppScript, and he's literally like tired of outsourcing to Upwork, or actually, no, he wants to actually outsource more, but he's just very bad at reading AppScript, and he just wants to get better. Great. Someone else is literally a volunteer data analysis for a political group in their own home county and in their hometown, and they need, a year ago, they created charts by hand, each chart for like 40 communities, and literally within a half hour of, we had a little office session, open session, and she brought up this point, and I was like, oh, here, you can do this with a filter and one AppScript, and I wrote in about 15, 20 minutes, and we created 40 charts with one click after that. So knowing, getting into these groups, getting into these areas where other people are discussing their problems, you're going to see a whole new side of Google Sheets. And I think you will gain more confidence in a few ways, right? One, you see how other people use Google Sheets, so you're like, okay, now I know how to use that. But 2, you might see like, oh, that's not how to do it. You might realize, oh, other people don't know what I know. And that's really cool. And then that's also why I would love to invite you to I Love Google Sheets on Facebook group, because you might know something that other people don't know, and be able to share that and pass it on and pass it forward. Or you might go watch some YouTube videos or Google it in a different way. They have a question and you change a word, and then you find the answer and you send them, hey, here's 3 videos that cover that thing, and you just happen to have the wrong word. That happens a lot. So know, that you might be using literally the wrong word. And that's not a bad thing. Like, just find the actual word in Google Sheets and you'll find the answers. Find other people, talk to them, be a great member of a community. You can be a member of my community. There's also Google Sheet experts on Facebook groups. I have a very small Telegram group for sellers. So if you if you already create a template and sell it, then you should definitely join us at sellers.bettersheets.co. That's a fun group because it's really a very small niche. And literally every single person that I talk to about selling Google Sheets is like, I never knew anyone else sold Google Sheets. Google Sheet templates, Google Sheet tools, where we all do cool stuff there. So yeah, I think that's everything about gaining confidence that I can think of in the moment. There's probably more ways to do it. So if you have a way to gain more confidence in Google Sheets, if you've discovered through your own journey one thing that changed your mindset, that transformed you from someone who felt bad about Google Sheets to feeling good and confident in Google Sheets, comment down below. Let the other people watching this, join in your journey and see your journey. I'm pretty open about my journey and how I've learned and how I discovered AppScript and did it a lot and just Googled. Labnull is someone I read I probably read like 79% of his blog for years, like 8 years ago. Ben Collins is a wonderful teacher as well. He goes very deep into the query formula, which I stray away from because it's so complicated and it's so infinite in that one formula. But man, he goes deep into it. Alice Keeler is out there. I just got inspired, and I was able to use her her blog. She wrote a blog post about creating a Google Sheet add-on, and I was able to use that to gain confidence to have a step-by-step guide to do that. So I just released my first Google Sheet add-on sheet styles. You can go to extensions, add-ons, and get add-ons right there. And if you search for sheet styles, it's completely free. Sheet styles, if I spell it right. This is something that I just made. You can see by Better Sheets, sheet styles. Go get it, install it. 1,659 people have already installed it, and I just released it a couple weeks ago. I keep adding features to it, so go grab it for free. So yeah, Alice Keeler, Ben Collins, Labnol, Digital Inspiration has been probably the biggest inspiration for me. And yeah, and also Better Sheets. Come join us. Come join us at I Love Google Sheets. If you also know another resource, comment down below. Leave a comment with the resource, with a link to a YouTuber that you like who covers Google Sheets. There's Mr. Excel, wait, is it Mr. Excel? No, Adam. Oh my God, I'll find it. 1 second. I forgot. I almost forgot. Prolific Oak Tree. So Adam from Prolific Oak Tree has Sheets help now. So he was doing a lot of Excel and a lot of other stuff. Now is helping Google Sheets. So he has sheetshelp.com. Check that out. Check out what he's doing. Video tutorials. There he is. That's Adam. Hi, Adam. Thanks for watching. That's a lot of resources for you, right? And that's the point of this video, was to make sure you have resources, to make sure that you are not taking a blank sheet and staying there, that you're not going to an error and not overcoming it. Let me end this video with one last thing, is that when we learn a skill, we are not learning that skill just to learn that skill. If we learn a guitar, we're not learning the guitar to play guitar, we're learning to play a song. If we're learning to drive, we're not learning to drive just to drive a car, we're learning to drive so that we can go somewhere. If we learn a language, we're not learning language just to learn that language, we're trying to speak to someone. So if you are trying to gain confidence in Google Sheets, don't try to just learn Google Sheets. Have some project, have something you need to do, some data analysis, some product that you want to give to other people. I have great videos about how to make sheets that others can use. And I think that's one of the things that unlocked for me the confidence in Google Sheets, when I saw other people using my sheets successfully. That was a great feeling for me, and I want to pass that feeling on to you. And I want to make sure that you're confident and able to do that. I hope that this was helpful for you to have to learn to have a higher purpose, to have something you are going for, and then you will learn Google Sheets. You don't have to go to other spreadsheet software. You don't have to get Notion. You don't have to get Airtable. What are the other ones? We can do it in Google Sheets probably. If you're struggling, again, become a Better Sheets member so that you can email me anytime. But there's tons of free stuff available, and I hope even if you have no money, you can get more money and make sheets for others and make your sheets life better. The life that you exist in Spreadsheets and in Google Sheets can be better. We can be better. It can be better. Thank you very much for watching. I hope I helped you out today. Bye.